I had to mute my YouTube. Hey everybody.
Hello. Good
Let
morning.
let us know if you can hear us, even how bad I sound. Let us know.
Yes, let us know, please.
And oh, excuse me. I don't know how productive I'm gonna be this morning. I ain't gonna lie. I think creativity wise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna work more on the editing side or my little mini edit. You know how I do my edits.
Yeah.
Mini edit before I move into the next part that I'm gonna write. And that'll hopefully get my juices going.
Mm.
Okay, so before we go any further, everybody, y'all know who I am. Even though it says that I am Gray's son, I am Aphrodite Lee. And I'm going to try to get into the head of Gray's son because I got a heavy Gray's son scene coming up. And by heavy, I mean, yeah, one of those. so,
Heavy scene. Heavy.
so, yeah. So
Mm.
I want to move into my co-host tonight, this morning, depending on
Yeah.
where you are, it's morning where we are.
True that.
Miss Lavinia Hart, and she can let you know what's going on with her.
Hey everyone, I'm the Mistress of Horror, the Artillery, also known as Lavinia Hart. It's one of my pen names, which is my erotic pen name. This morning I'll be working on continuing trying to finish my short erotica that I'm trying to stray away from being a novella. I have my work cut out for me, and this is the first time in history of me writing trying to be like, listen, you need to calm down with these word counts. That never happens to me because I am a short story writer predominantly. I can push those out no problem, and usually my novels tend to be around 50 something thousand words when I'm done and I after my first edit. So usually it get up to about 60 something, but it always gets sized down to about 50 something. So my novels tend not to be large novels because I write series in most cases. But I will be working on this and all of you can send all of your positive energy to me as a writer so I can try to get this word count to stay in the submitted line that I need to keep it to. So yes, if you want to check me out over
She's
my channel,
serious about that. Send her all the energy.
please, I'm very serious. I keep telling everyone to please do. So I'm getting to that close to that line. Like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna have so many words to cut. Please, please, please help me. But yeah, you can check me out on my channel over there. You want to see all the things that I do. Actually, tonight I'm going to be running this stream on my channel. To give Aphrodite a break that she will once she need it. She needs to rest. So you can come
It's
over on my
7.
channel. It'll be 7, yes. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. So look for that. Ring the bell on my channel if you want to be able to get the ding 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 on that. So if you're not subscribed, what's wrong with you? Uh,
So
so
for all of you out there in TV land who may not know what's going on, we are participating in the AuthorTube Erotic Anthology that is hosted by my publishing company, True Goddess Publishing. I am so sorry. This is all I can get out.
you're
True
fine.
Goddess Publishing, and it's a Minx thing. You know how Minx be. So we have a baker's dozen so far participating, which blows my mind
Yes.
because I did not expect this many people to want to do it, especially with all the objections we're always getting about erotica. So
Facts.
I'm very, very happy and excited about this. I'm happy to be a part of it. I hope I get my story done because the deadline is the 9th.
This is true.
Well, the deadline is the first, but
Cool.
we have the window to the 9th.
Yes.
So
To your birthday.
yeah,
What?
I,
Aries
I
in the
felt like that
house.
would be a better gift than being on April Fool's Day.
That's right though.
Like, I don't want to get some stuff people like doing the pranking.
Be like, Psych, I didn't send it in, but he done, and you send it later.
Sending it under some weird name. But so that's what that's all about. The goal is to do this anthology like every 12 or between 12 and 18 months. So there's going to be a 2 and there's going to be a 3 and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that we can streamline it so that it's coming out the same time every year.
Yeah.
Not guaranteeing that the first 2 times it comes out, but after that. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't get much sleep last night. I don't know how productive I'm going to be, but we're going to go for it. Let's see who's all here. And wow, this thing been going.
Yeah, people popping in, popping in.
Let's see who made it first.
I think
I think XP.
SD. Yeah. Hello, good morning. Thank you. Yeah,
Thank
everybody press that like button. Get on that.
everybody. Let us know where you all are
On your project.
watching from. Where y'all from?
Yeah, let us know that.
And you don't have to go into the details. You can just put the state or the country. And also what you're working on today. Because everybody, this isn't just for the anthology. We're doing the stream. That's why we're doing them live. You can be working on anything. It could be children's books.
Yep.
It's up to you. High fantasy.
Yep, all that.
I am.
He always letting us know.
You know, that RC is so shy.
I know. It's so weird.
Thought I saw. What is it?
Down.
Breaking news. Will Smith is being sent to live with his auntie and uncle in Bel
Air. He's being bad.
And he crazy.
Yeah, he is.
All right. So, RC, I thought I saw somebody else. Oh.
RC right under you. He was talking about what he's doing, I believe. Up a little bit. 1, 2, 2 up. Yeah, there you go. I only would have the edits completed for a second and third story I plan to release this year, but not the first.
Don't feel bad. I think I wrote my second story for one of my series, and with the first one in mind, but I knew what I was doing in the second one. Writers were weird. Our brains work that way.
True. It's always night. Hashtag goth. Yes. You and me both. Morning. Super Villanova. Yeet. Hey.
Don't do that to me. You don't understand how much that cracks me up, and I gotta try to get my composure back.
Try not to laugh and don't choke around.
I can't. My little boyfriend, as I told you, my little boyfriend made a whole rap song called Yeet. And I can't, and it's so dumb.
It's so funny. I can't.
All the time. It's so
Hey, good morning. You're in Washington State.
Oh, I like how you spell your name.
Yeah. Fantasy or my erotic. Okay, cool.
Wait a minute, what?
So I'll be either working on my dark fantasy or my erotic novel.
I know that's right. Yeah. Both of two of my favorite genres. Like I write dark fantasy.
Yeah, me too.
Or paranormal, and I write erotica stuff. Well, my erotica stuff is new stuff on the horizon. I mainly write paranormal fantasy.
SD said what she's working on, I think, or worked on last night anyway. It's about 10:05, where that was marked 11:05, I should say. It's up further. I was trying to read where, she was talking about what she did last night.
Oh.
SD, yeah.
Florida Panhandle. I know that's right.
Yeah.
Woo, all that water. That's Dundalk. We on the peninsula too, where I live. Water on 3 sides.
RC, you funny.
What is he doing?
Talking about I'm from the land of high taxes and murder. Like, the U.S., obviously.
Where did he say that?
Up there, like at 11:08. He's too funny.
I can't see.
Yeah, it's up a little bit. It is right there. That doesn't really tell us much, just so we know. The government's always attacking people for taxes. Like they always hungry for the taxes from us all around the world. Not
Baltimore, because we ain't got the highest taxes. That's not
the
like
murder thing. We doing pretty good. And
murder thing, yeah, we good on murder. Sadly.
Somebody else will take the award soon enough. I mean, it's been back and forth for a long time. Now we're just holding it for a while.
Right.
Yeah.
So everyone, to give you a catch up on where I am finished 1/3 of the story. So by Thursday, I will have the other third done. And then it may not take me as long to get the last third. even though they're pretty even, is not a lot of stuff that gives me trouble. Like fight scenes give me trouble, sex scenes do not.
Yeah.
Dialogue is my thing. Description, I'm good at description. I'm just not a fan of description. If I'm
Hence your
reading,
style. Some
yeah,
writers
if
don't do
I'm
that.
reading a lot of purple prose, I'm already bored. That
Look at
doesn't
him.
mean you don't need to describe stuff, but I only describe what I need to describe. And I
Right.
noticed that people will send me messages. They were like, "Oh, I would have loved more description on the room." I'm like, I'm gonna let you leave that to your imagination because it wasn't important to the story
Yeah.
that you knew everything in the room or the colors of the walls and stuff like that. And if it is important, like in my one thing that I read last week, then I will describe it.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But other than that, you're not getting all that out of me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that every single time because it's gonna be again it's relevant. Like if I was writing when I write my sex scene something like that, I do usually do a quick outline of the room or something like that, possibly depending on how fast the sex scenes are carrying. Because when people are into each other and they go in a room, maybe that one of the people haven't been in, no one's looking at the walls. Like,
Because
we
I
got.
don't mind. I don't. It's weird. Like I hear what people are saying. Like they're not
I get
wrong.
it. I
They're
get
not.
it.
They're not incorrect when they're
It's
saying
just
that
what
body
they like though, because
low,
it's kind of like an opinion thing.
but it's
Because you
not a
don't,
mistake. Is
and
what
it's yeah, and it's
I,
yeah, it's not
I
like you.
purposely
Oops, I
don't
missed it.
describe.
Yeah, you didn't miss doing it. It was a choice because some things just in realistic, rather realistic or not, we're not, and it depends on the pacing. Because if you're sitting there describing the room in a scene that's going to be somewhat a little fast at first, no one's looking at that. So your characters, if it's in first person perspective, let's say, they probably not paying attention. I'm just saying, if I'm going to be making out with somebody, for instance, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not going to be paying attention what color the curtains are. I might see it in the morning. Like I might pay attention to it then when I'm not doing anything. But necessarily I'm not going to notice that unless it's a slower
Like I
scene.
always tell people, like the grass is still green.
Right.
Now, unless the grass turns purple,
Then I should mention it.
then other than that,
Got
so
something abnormal
but
happen.
I do get it, and people like what they like.
No, I get it.
I'm not a big fan of all that. If it's not moving the story, now trust me, there were situations where I didn't have a choice but to describe stuff.
Right.
But I only do it if I feel it's gonna lend to the story. Because my whole
Right.
thing is, I don't mind if the reader sees what they see.
Right. Yeah.
When if I said that these two people were together in a church,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to describe the church that I see because I don't mind if you see
Whatever
whatever
church
church
you
you see.
envision for the
That's
scene.
fine. Now, if it's important that you know that the stained glass windows are blah 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 this and the third, then I'll say it. So that was my only thing. Like I got a lot of notes on that, and I always wanted to quantify it with, but it wasn't a mistake. People look at you like, oh well, you could have done this. I could have,
Coulda,
but it
shoulda,
was
woulda.
absolutely a choice.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda.
But it was absolutely a choice. Like I like when people say that's not how I saw that character. I got
That's
that
cool.
when I put up my pictures of my shattered kids.
Yeah.
A lot of people said, "Whoa, I didn't picture Pooey like that," or
Right.
I said, "Send me what you pictured," and it was great. I'm like, yeah, because it doesn't matter.
Right though.
It mattered that you knew she was tall.
It facts.
It did matter that you knew that.
Exactly.
So we're gonna go through this real quick, and then we're gonna start our first sprint.
Finish my
We're gonna
last book
ease
of my
into it.
trilogy.
I
Okay.
wanna I wanna do like a small one so people can get their files and stuff
Get
like that.
ready. Yeah.
I'm not
Like
sure how
ready.
people set up because I have to do files
I feel you.
before I write.
RC said it's Chicago.
My kind of town, Chicago is.
Look at him, Chi Rock, Chi Town, the
Shy.
Miami of Canada. You funny.
My kind of town, Chicago.
My first short story has a sex scene. Figured that I might as well go big.
Yeah. Go big with the sex thing. Go big.
I was like, wait. Mm.
We got some swinging from the chandelier stuff.
Uh-oh.
All right. It looks like it says 11:12 or
We
11.
are 11:17.
Okay, good. Let's go to 11:30
Okay, that
and make
works.
it simple.
Okay.
So get ready, get caffeinated, do whatever you got to do.
Mhm.
We're gonna come back here at the bottom of the hour, talk for a few seconds, and go right back in.
Yeah.
All right,
Jump,
everybody,
jump,
y'all
jump.
ready for that?
Let's go.
Y'all ready for this? Down, down, down. Let's go. Is it time?
Yeah, it's time. It's just 1 minute past.
Alexa, what's your problem? No, you don't ever understand. Whatever. You're useless.
You fussing with her. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I told her 11:29 a.m. I said all the things I was supposed to say. Dumbass
That's
girl.
hilarious.
Like, not the vampire part of me. Hey, Sean, I didn't see you the first time. Okay, how did you do?
Not too bad. About 210 words. The new chapter has started, so trying to
I
ease
wish
into that.
I wish I could show you my pro writing aid stuff, but I'm afraid if I do screen share, I'll push something wrong and fuck up the stream. But it's so funny because I never, or I shouldn't say never, I seldom put a first draft into it anyway. Because I'll go back and do my little mini stuff before I worry about what pro writing aid has to say. Because
Yeah,
pro writing aid, the one thing, because it's AI,
yeah.
it doesn't always get fiction.
It's not, even though it's got
It's
fiction
meant
settings.
it's meant to catch mistakes.
Yeah,
But again, sometimes what you write is in your fiction isn't a mistake. Now
yeah,
it caught a couple things that I've read this thing 4 times and didn't see. Help
yeah,
it laugh. But like some of the word uses stuff in there wasn't a mistake, which I don't mind. Like I don't mind if it shows it because just in case it is a mistake. But I put it in and I'm like, oh wow, look at all this. I'm doing great. I got all these green lights. But then 3 sections of it, let me tell you, 3 sections of it wasn't green.
yeah.
It was like your grammar is horrible.
Like, calm down, pro
I'm like,
writer.
wait a minute. What do you mean my grammar is bad?
Yeah.
And then sentence length is horrible.
It doesn't say that to practice.
Well, it doesn't say horrible, but it puts you in yellow.
Giving you that, yeah, it gives you that percentage. Like you need to work on this. Like get to this and work.
Your grammar style is at 56%. So that's horrible in my eyes. Now I'm going through it, seeing like, nope, you're wrong there. And then your sentence length, I don't even know what percent it is, but it's bad.
Well, because it's saying that usually with the sentence length, it's always saying like, oh, you have one too much of this or too much of that,
or too little, because it says my sentences are too short.
Yeah, well, too much of the short, because I do short sentences when I do my fast sections or whatever like that.
I usually get the opposite. I usually get, you might want to cut some of these sentences down.
You need a pro writer wants a balance a lot of times, but that depends on the writer's style, to be honest.
Now, here's the thing I always fuck up on, and I got great on this one. I always fuck up on passive. I'm sorry, I'm cussing early in the morning. Passive voice. But apparently my passive voice is just amazing.
I don't mess up on passive voice too often. But I thought I was. You know what I mean? Like, I thought I
don't mess up. It's just I'm a passive voice person sometimes.
Right. I just assumed that mine would be, but
I do it on purpose. So I'm tripping. I think it's because this one is a Western, which is also why the grammar is messed up. Like I know. Because they in there perking there doing all kinds of stuff back.
RC said, does pro writer aid take into consideration dialogue? It does.
Definitely not. I don't even pay no mind in dialogue.
Well, it pays attention to dialogue far as it tell you if your quotes aren't closed. It does take that.
But when I got a Creole guy in here, so he's messing up my grammar.
Yeah, you have to ignore that. I don't know when someone has like a different type of speech or something like that. It can't tell that.
My conjunction starts are great. Pacing is great. My very long sentences thing great. Oh, the glue index. Now, I don't care what I write. I always get dinged on that.
I get dinged on that no matter what.
Always, 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 always.
I'm getting dinged on that.
But I don't care because I agree that I do that. I screw that up and I let that get fixed. My editor goes in and fixes that.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. That's what my editor has to deal with that because honestly, I'm not overly worried about the glue words.
What?
So
What? I got perfect and emotional tells. I got perfect and ing starts.
what's your percentage usually on your glue word? I usually get like 44% sometimes.
Girl,
If I don't, before I edit it, when I
right
throw it in
now,
there.
right now, this is at 45. I'll
Mm,
let you know what it is when
mm,
I get done
mm,
because it doesn't change too much. Because I'm sorry, it changes a lot because I do remove my glue words.
mm. You do. I don't wish it.
Yeah, I do because I will be nodding in every sentence. I will.
My glue word issue is
Nodding,
more.
nodding, smile. She nods, she nods, he nods, they nod.
Mine isn't that. Mine is
Smile,
usually
smile,
in
smile,
right in
smile.
between the sentences when you connecting like that and and the words that connect in there. That's my glue word problem. Just the
So
basis
you
really.
have
So
problems with articles and conjunctions.
apparently, so it's kind of like I edited some, but other than that, my editor can handle that.
I got almost perfect score on the conjunctions, and let me see my dialogue tags. What? I did great on my dialogue tags. I always mess up my dialogue tags in the beginning.
Yep,
Always, like always. So I'm a
that
little bit
happens.
proud of that. But girl, the grammar though. And I said, what am I gonna do when I got this guy? Wait a minute. Let me get you one of his lines. Cause he's special. Oh wait a minute. Let me go down here. Cause I know when he was talking to her, he there you go with them eyes again, Cher. I'm about to take it personal.
Oh,
Then you go, when she said, okay. He said he had something to ask her. He said a couple things. He said, first, I want to be your deputy. And then they went into their conversation about that. And then she didn't feel like answering him. So she said, and second, he said, we ain't confirmed first now, have we? What say you? So apparently, that's not good grammar.
yeah. A lot of people don't speak good grammar. Air quote.
What say you? Now I can't do the accent. But he said, what say you? And she rolls her eyes and start walking. He said, there you go with them eyes again. There you go with them eyes again, Cher. I'm about to take it personal.
Uh-oh.
So yeah, I can see me getting dinged like out the ass.
Yeah, so you kind of have to ignore that when it comes down to dialogue because the characters talk how they talk. No one's like gonna be perfect. Like, everyone's different too, so there's not gonna be like, oh, I match up to the grammar of my language. Like that's no,
Plus, he got a whole
not
other
realistic.
language. He have words in his stuff that
Hmm.
don't even exist nowhere outside of his heritage, like
Exactly.
the Gree. And I
Hmm.
have to look up how to pronounce it because
Yeah.
it's Gris Gree.
Hmm.
And he was like, no fed sicking the Gree on me. And like, she doesn't even know what he said.
Like what happened? That's
And so
funny.
she don't even know what he said. So it's stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna get lit up on this. But the cool thing is I am aware of most of it. It caught some stuff I didn't even catch. Like
Yeah.
for instance, I was writing every
Hmm.
time I read it, it said every, but apparently it was only ever.
Yeah, that happens.
So obviously my computer's not going to catch a
A
spelling
word that's
mistake
spelled correct.
because ever is a real word.
Yeah,
And
so it
I
does
swear to
help.
you,
It does help with pro
it
writing.
does. Every
Just
time
to give you another type of editing before you give it to an editor in that setting. Because
and that's
I'm,
usually the
you
only
know,
time I use it. I do not do this
yeah, I know
while
because
I'm
you already know
writing.
what's going to happen. Like it's going to
I
be
don't
like,
do this.
oh, all over the place while you drafting. I use ProWriter 8 when I do like my quick prompt writings. Like if I do a prompt or something, just because I'm doing it quick, so I need the editing to happen while I'm doing it, so I can catch some of my other stuff that I don't catch. So and I do like a basic light thing. I mean, I'm using ProWriter 8 in the sense that I know I'm doing a light edit and it's still a light edit because it has to get an editor's eyes on it and stuff like that. But like, it's still good. I mean, I pay for it because I think it's a decent program. So
I
yeah,
am
it's
so
useful.
lost.
It's useful.
I'm sorry, you guys. I can't find where everybody is at. Can you read that?
Yeah, I can. SSD said finished up writing bullet points for a live this Friday on my channel. We'll be introducing the first AuthorTube writing conference. We hope you can all join.
This Friday? Give them more details. Do you have a wrench, SD? If you have a wrench, put in any links and stuff.
Yeah. Introduce.
If you don't have wrench, let me know and I'll give you a wrench.
Alright, so I just attached new to old with my story. Did a nice. Good.
Oh, I know that's right.
That's when you talk about the dialogue for the.
Does it take? It takes everything into consideration. The only
Yeah.
problem is it doesn't take. Like if it's a mistake, grammatical mistake, it's
It'll
going
catch
to
it.
find it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, in your dialogue is always can always be grammatically incorrect, and you'll know that.
And
So
it could be fun.
so just don't change it.
Right, you just ignore
So
that.
like with Jean-Luc, his stuff is just like, I'm sorry, why is he talking like this? It's going to say this isn't correct, but
Right.
you know that's how he talks, so you don't have to really worry about that. It's still good to catch because you can still make a mistake.
Yeah.
And like I still miss the comma when it like in the no ma'am, so and such and such and blah blah blah. I'm like, oh yeah, that does deserve a comma.
I wonder with my editor, should I tell them or tell him? I should tell him that when he does do my edit, that my dialogue is not to be changed except for punctuation errors. Obviously quotation not closed, and I probably should point that out.
Punctuation errors are the only thing
for dialogue I want you to
fix in my dialogue.
Yeah, I don't want you to change it because my characters have a certain voice, and if you change a word that like, oh, they wouldn't say that, oh, you need to use it, that's going to mess up what I already have said.
But I do tell my editor, if you see something that you just think is egregious,
yeah, and you can leave me a note.
Give me a note because you may be right. It may be a mistake, but 9 times out of 10, this is not a brag, but I don't mess up my dialogue. Dialogue is just that's my thing. So I rarely mess up my dialogue, even with punctuation. Like I'm pretty good at that. But anybody can make a mistake. And so especially typing, especially if you can't see, which is the world I live in. But what kills me is that I have my computer read my stuff back to me and I still didn't catch that it didn't say every. This is the beautiful thing about making sure that other people have their eyes on stuff. Other people, you want other people looking at your stuff, even if when they give you something, they tell you it's a mistake. Even if you read it and you know it's not,
then that's good that you know it's not.
It's still good that someone else did it.
Right. I think now with Kali
Pro Writing Aid, you don't have to pay for Pro Writing Aid unless you
can get it free. Yeah, you can get it free.
The downside to not paying for it is that I think it only does like 500 words at a time.
Yeah, you have a limit.
But who cares? Like just do 500 words at a time. So I never mind that. I don't know what that says.
I have tons of eyes in my work.
It's just the best route to go. People kill me when they don't want to do that. I'm like, you hurt yourself.
Yeah, it's that fear thing of, rejection or whatever. Like, just whatever. Just,
Tomorrow at 3 p.m. CDT. What is that?
CDT. That's the link she put in for the.
No. What is that compared to EST?
CDT.
Shannon, because I don't.
Time
is that 2 hours different?
I'll check that.
I never remember. Oh no! Anytime you have anything to add, please do. If you have a newsletter link, website link, we're all already connected to each other's channels.
10 a.m. in CDT is 11 a.m. in EST, so we're an hour ahead.
So just an hour difference. Okay, yeah. That's the same as Sarah then.
She was saying what I just confirmed. Okay. Central time. Yeah, we know it's Central time, but
right. I know that. I just didn't know. I never get it right.
Like the hour difference is like I always check just to make sure I'm right because I don't.
Even remember. With that, then I go. Are we?
Like I don't live there.
Hour behind.
I don't know what they're doing. I don't know about their time. I don't know where the sun is right now. I don't know where it is.
All right. So anyway, so right now I'm in the middle. I'm gonna finish it because it's making me laugh, but it caught 5 things already. that were absolute mistakes.
You was like, what happened? Or he
But
said,
I'm
yeah, y'all in
laughing
the future,
because
we
at the
are.
same time, I never have that much green. I've never had that much green, so I guess I'm improving in my
Yeah.
short
I
writing.
can tell now that my writing is consistent to me, because whenever I put something in for writing right now, every single time the green that's the green is still the green, and then like the where I have the yellow whatever at is
I
that's
had a
still the
red on
yellow.
something one time. I don't remember what it was, but it actually went in the red. I'm like, what did I do?
You like, what
And
happened?
yeah, and it was like I think it was probably commas, because I don't do comma splices ever,
Yeah.
because I do so little commas that I have the opposite problem. A lot of
Right.
people put too many commas, or
Too many,
they
right?
misuse commas, I should say.
Yeah,
And
true.
it's like I never misuse them because they're I don't hardly use them.
Horribly use them.
So I
Right.
put them in edits. When I'm writing first draft, I do not care.
Yeah,
I
that's the
don't.
first draft.
No
It's
one
not.
is reading my first draft,
Yeah.
so I never care.
And if they do, they should know that this is a first draft. If you don't know what that means, look it up.
Yeah, well, I do. I'll my alpha will get it, but
Yeah.
what I mean is like,
All
by the
the
time I
people.
get the beta,
Yeah, then it's
I have gone through it,
through it. Yeah.
and
So
then after my beta, I go through it again before my editor gets it.
yeah.
So it is never looking as shady as this shit is looking right now.
Yeah, I was laughing when I did my beta run, because I had that one person that felt like they needed to since they're
Yeah.
I guess they're a type of editor, so they're kind of like, oh, hopefully she'll hire me. Like, that's not going to happen at all. And then getting snippy with me definitely isn't going to get me to hire you. First off, I don't like those type of people. But you know, getting a person it's your draft, but this draft has been touched multiple times, even by an editor who did not do a good job. In that case, and for the betas got it, and to insinuate as if somehow like keep bringing up, well, the editor's gonna have you gonna make them work and stuff like that. Like, I don't need your
Well,
snide
see, I don't like
comments.
passive aggressive people
Don't be
either,
passive
because
aggressive or snide with me. Like,
she
oh,
was
I'm
being
not a
an
writer. I'm not
absolute
aware.
asshole. She was
Like,
being an absolute
I
asshole.
know that was obvious because you keep doing it. Like, if you keep saying it, like
Like
it's
I
one thing.
said to you, I do not need you to correct this. This is not
Mm,
what I'm looking for.
I'm not looking for that.
But yet the only thing you harp on is the thing I'm
What I
telling you I
told you
don't
not
need.
to bother with, because I am aware that it's a draft and it's going to need work on it, but it's not as bad as you're implying. Just because if you don't like the story, you don't like the story. But that's what I really want to know. I
But
don't
that's
care.
different.
You
That's
know, that's different. Like, I don't
I've
need
read
those.
some. I've betaed for some great stories that I didn't like.
Right. I always say
That
that.
didn't change the fact that the story was good,
Yeah, I've said that plenty of
or
times
if
to
it's
people I've dated
written
for.
well, or me not liking it is
Yeah.
just my taste,
Yeah, exactly.
not any reflection on whether it was good or bad. Because then the opposite has also happened. I've read some stories that were not written well, and I
Right.
still enjoyed them.
Right. That can happen
So
too.
you
So it's
gotta
not that.
people. That's the thing people got to take into consideration. Oh, this is a terrible book. I hated it. Was it terrible, or did you
You
hate it?
just didn't like it. So you
Because
know what I'm
it's
saying?
okay if you don't like something. There's lots
Exactly.
of
You don't have
shit
to
out
like everything. But
there.
you like
There's a lots of good shit out there that I don't like.
that's why, like, I've done a few book reviews on my channel, and I don't do book reviews too often, because usually I'm only going to do a book review, usually for another author that I know, or it's going to be a book that I like. Now, I do not do book reviews for stuff I don't like, because
I
to
would never
me,
do a book
that's
review on
pointless.
something I didn't
Because
like.
it's my opinion at the end of the day. It's not a fact. It's not a fact that this is a bad book. It's not a fact that this, and this. My opinion nonetheless, and I really don't like when I hear people say my truth. There is no such thing as your truth. There is the truth. There is the
You
truth.
know what I don't. The only thing that I sincerely do not like is when someone says, "It would be better if you would have done it this way," and
You're like,
then they explain how they would have written your story. And my whole thing is, your
okay,
way isn't better. Your way is different.
thank you. Please remember that.
You can't say that that Danny's story is better than Aphrodite's story.
Right,
They
exactly.
are different from each other, and you like Danny's story and you don't like Aphrodite's story.
Just
That
say
is
that. If that's
that
the
is
case.
that is that is what the truth is.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Thank you.
it drives me crazy. Like someone had put on their channel, which by the way pissed me off because they was reading a lot of my book, and they
Right.
put on their channel that I would have written this sentence this way and said, but see, I wrote the book though. So that's why I wrote the sentence that way. And
Exactly.
if all of us got together
Mm-hmm.
and we all told the story of Little Red Riding Hood,
Yep.
everybody knows the story of Little Red Riding Hood, but everybody in this chat, in the stream right now, would have still told the story differently.
Differently. Yep.
And it would have been different, not
Yep.
better.
Better or worse. This is true.
And that's what I want people to really, really start to think in their heads.
Yep.
Again, that doesn't have anything to reflection on whether you liked it or not. It's 5 of us in here now. You
Mm-hmm.
may 6 of us. So you may love Danny's story, hate my story, and the other 4 be what they are. That is true.
Yep.
But
Those are the truths.
that doesn't mean that the 6th story sucked or whatever.
Whatever somebody said.
I just want people to get that.
It's just that people in general just this became a thing where people like take their opinions and forget that what the definition of an opinion is. And nowhere in an opinion is there truth. It's an opinion. It's not the truth. You can search out the truth. The truth does exist, but the truth is on no one's side. The truth is there to be the truth. Your opinions are there to be your opinions.
Right.
But
And
do
there's
not let
nothing
your
wrong
opinions
with your
trickle.
opinion. There's nothing wrong with your opinion.
Nothing.
It's just the fact that please stop using, I would have did it this way. This would have made it better.
Like that's not true.
That
you just spoke an opinion.
Crazy.
You have no evidence whatsoever to say that that's the truth, but people speak in absolutes. That's the problem. As if that is the all and be all. My opinion is everything, and it is the truth. And it's my truth. Please stop.
You can like
my truth.
You can like your version more than my version.
Exactly.
That absolutely is a thing.
I just can't.
You can absolutely like your version more than you like my version.
Right. Exactly.
You can think my version sucks and her version is great. Also, a true thing. But better needs to come out of everybody's vocabulary.
They need to stop. That's what they need to do.
Better
humans. So whenever people talk about alpha/beta readers, I feel like I'm doing it wrong because I haven't gone that route. Just a couple of people who like horror. Well, the alpha and beta process is a good process and one that we should never skip because it's good for us as writers. Because alphas are different than your betas because they're going to get something that, different than what the betas get because it's not as cleaned as that. Usually you have 1 or 2 alphas, and then after you do your next self edits, after the alphas give back the notes and you find what is relevant for you to change and things like that and go over those notes, then you could go do your self edit again. I think I self edit so many times before my betas ever get the version that I give them that, this is a beta run. And then I'm still going to have to self edit again after I get back their notes.
But if you're giving your stuff to someone else to read, that is beta.
That is beta either way. So it's either way you're doing that process.
You may not be calling it that, but it's still beta. So don't feel like you're doing anything wrong.
You're not doing it wrong.
The other thing is your process is still your process.
Yeah, everybody's process is there.
So don't let how other people do stuff define how you should do something.
Exactly.
I highly recommend finding an alpha, finding that one person or maybe 2, but try to.
You can manage, it's hard to get to.
Who's going to read your shit as you're going, and just really put it on the table, like for real. Like
Aphrodite and I are like each other's alphas.
I was like, look, for real, on page 12.
I feel bad for her though, because I write
green eyes. Yeah, green eyes on page 12.
Now he got gray eyes. What?
What's going on? Like you want somebody that's not only going to catch the crazy, but who's not afraid to tell you.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Aphrodite,
I'll tell the truth.
She don't care if my feelings be hurt.
No, I tell it, girl, look.
No, you got to get a tougher skin too.
Yeah, you really do. That's
Really
that's
gotta get
definitely that's not always easy for everybody, but
But you are doing it correctly if
yeah.
other people are reading it. Don't feel like that.
Yeah, it's just your process is different than somebody else. It's not wrong. It's just
Now,
different.
see. I'm gonna say this though, and this is unpopular
Probably.
opinion,
Mm-hmm.
but you write horror, you give
Mm-hmm.
your stuff to other people who read horror.
Yeah, that's what you're
That
saying.
is smart as fuck, of course.
Yeah.
But I also recommend finding somebody who was willing to read it, who
Who
doesn't
does it
like the
regularly?
genre.
They'll find something else that the other people didn't find,
I'm
possibly.
telling you, it is magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because people who are into the genre are into what's going on. You
Yeah.
find somebody who isn't, then they're going to catch shit that you didn't think about.
Right.
Because I had someone in my beta group who absolutely didn't want no parts of a new age, new adult tale. She reads murder stories, crime stuff, detective novels.
So definitely out of her element
So
easily.
she wasn't trying to read this little icky high school romance shit. And so she was the one, because I still had a lot of Easter eggs and stuff. She was the one who found all that shit. She was the one who caught everything because her brain was
Mine works that way.
active mode. So she was the one, like when I would get back and people didn't know what was going on, she'd be like, so my prediction is this is getting ready to happen based on this, and this. And I would go, God damn it. Like I didn't hide it good enough. But since nobody else wasn't catching it, I didn't care. So just I know people don't agree with that, but I'm telling you, if you can find somebody who's willing to read horror, because that's a little harder. Horror and erotica are hard to find people. If they don't like it already, it's hard to find people to read it.
These are facts.
So, but if you can find somebody, let them read it and let them tear it up.
Right though, right. Yeah, I would do a spin on Little Riding Hood.
I have one.
Yeah, there's no such thing in my opinion being run into the dirt. Because listen, I have one. I have a Red Riding Hood. I just didn't finish writing because anything with werewolves or wolves in it, I'm writing it.
I have 2 different stories for Little Red Riding Hood. One of them is in Encounters.
Yes.
So, and
it's so good.
I said I don't think anybody was ready for that, but I have another one.
I'm ready for it to be more.
It's geared more to everybody, like not a family per se, but I mean by it's not erotic or anything like that. It's not adult. Someone young and someone old could read it, but it's still. I was like, nah, all this shit. As far as this little girl being sent through the forest by her mama should have got off her ass and took care of her own mama. Send this child. So I went the whole Child Protective Services route.
That's right.
So
that makes sense. Be like, what's she doing sending that kid through the woods to her grandma's house?
Kid through the woods
trying to get her killed. You trying to get her killed. You hope she don't come home. I know what you're doing.
That's what it was. Grandmama gonna die because the little girl not gonna make it.
Right. You can make it the detective thing. Be like the mother sent the wolf there.
Who wants about to? You need to put an all call out. We in a lot of groups on Facebook. You will find somebody. Trust.
Hello.
Hi, Nadira. Oh my goodness, how you been? Y'all see how I sound? I'm sorry.
You fine. Wolves, eh? Going to like my graphic novel? Yeah, I always like anything with wolves, werewolves.
RC, hit me up on Facebook. I'm gonna send you a copy of Encounters. I think you can handle it.
Yeah, he can handle it.
I think you can handle it. Okay, so we
are at the top of the hour.
We already talked for way longer, so we're gonna do a 20-minute show.
Okay, cool.
What's this?
I found beta readers and Goodreads groups too.
Yeah, beta readers, I put out a wide net.
Yeah, I did too. I ended up with 20 something.
The alpha, you want somebody you trust.
Yeah.
That you trust to be
on. You want to mesh together because it's kind of like your editor. It's kind of like you and your editor's relationship. You do have to find one that you end up meshing with and can talk to like normal. You know what I mean?
The betas, you want that net to be wide
as possible. It's not the easiest sometimes to get people, but that's why you do a wider net call. I ended up with like 18 to 20 people for my first one. Of course, I don't mean all those people are going to finish it, but you want to have a wide start because then you at least get some feedback from the people who started and get midway or whatever they end up doing.
I talked to Jenna Maressi.
Yeah.
And you know, if you want 5 people to make it to the end, get 25 people.
Right.
Because You're gonna lose people along the way or fire people. I've had to do that
Yeah.
along the way. And it's still good because if you have 20 chapters and somebody made it through 10, then somebody made it through 10.
You
And
still
you
got that
still got
feedback
that
for 10.
information. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but I did think of my bottom line and I wanted at least 5 solid opinions. So I got, 5 times that who started out. I literally had a lot of people who only made it to the first chapter.
Yeah, that's how people read their books too, though. So you was just coming across people that's their system. They don't read a lot all the way through in books. He's funny, like, no, that's too much work. Be my alpha, laugh. I might hit you up on the alpha thing, RC. So I do write horror and then erotica I'll definitely read. So I'll hit you up with that. It's just that we'll have to schedule time because I'm such a busy person. So
no,
yeah.
do not pay people. No.
No.
What
You'll have people that want to be, but that's a whole nother thing. If you go that route, but I'm like, no, somebody tried that with me with beta. They were like, oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't do that. This is a request thing. You don't have to do it. And it's more like getting my work and you're reading it for free because at the end of the day, I'm a published author. So this work will come out for other people to pay for. You aren't paying to read it. I'm asking you to read it in exchange.
Service, do not do that.
Think about it. You're not going to get all truths because somebody's paying.
You're not getting readers. Then you're getting people who just want money.
Exactly. They're going to say whatever.
Willing to read for money. Right. You want somebody who's willing to read because they are fucking readers, and I mean that to the core of my being. Yeah. Find readers.
Yeah,
find readers. Like your alpha can be a writer and a reader, but your betas find readers.
Yep.
Find readers. Trust me on this.
Yeah.
Trust mama.
Yes.
Find readers.
Yes.
And if anybody's saying that they charge, then skip them. And what I mean by that, you may have to let somebody go. I had to let somebody go because it's like they weren't serving the purpose in which I needed.
I have a form and things like that.
So I think I have a beta thing on my channel. I have to look.
I think you do.
We'll talk to make more about that at another time.
Yeah.
But RC, just hit us up. Everybody that's in this chat has been there.
Yeah.
Shannon, come on. Shannon is the goddess of all things publishing.
Yep.
Yeah, right, no. Yeah, do not.
Yeah. Say the nope.
The only people you pay for is your editor.
Yeah. Your editor the people's in the editing range, like the proofreaders and the other things and all.
Find somebody whose job is editing. Not somebody who is willing to edit.
Yeah, that's no.
Find somebody whose job is
editing.
Okay, yep. That's important. The other way around with readers, find people who are just ferocious readers.
Yes.
And I use that word incorrectly, but that's okay.
Because if I was a beta, I always will finish because I'm a reader. I read. I don't DNF books too often. That's hardly ever happens to me. So I
DNF'd a book the other day.
Oh, were you reading something? It was like, ooh.
I couldn't. I'm like, girl.
I've been there, but I was asked to do an ARC review. Pretty much to do an ARC review. That the book was, I just couldn't. Like, I didn't want to do that to the writer and put out a review for something that it was not going to sound good for them. So I contacted them, emailed them. I'm sure they were upset about it, I think, but
I'm honest with the writer. I will tell the writer.
I'll tell the truth. That's what they asked from me.
But I will not then go on Goodreads and give them 1 star.
I'm not going to do that.
I will not do that.
Hey,
if I don't feel like you deserve 3 stars or more, you're not getting any review from me.
I'm not going to do that to you.
As the author,
right?
Yes, I'm going to tell you 100% honestly how I feel. But I'm not going to go on Amazon and slam you.
I'm not going to do that.
And I don't care how anybody feels about that. But I'm just being honest. Well, you can be honest. Be honest with the author.
If you can't do that,
and that's if the author asks you. But if I'm just never going.
I'm not the type. We agree on that wholeheartedly. And it's very much like with that book, it's audio. He said, "Hey, Um,
Oh, hey.
I just felt a certain kind of way. Like it just to me, it wasn't good for me. But I went over the notes of why and stuff like that. And the book was about to come out, so I was like, it really did need an editor
What
too.
is
So
this the answer to?
that was DLC and Sup Ladies with
No,
a
I
question mark.
saw something from
Who?
Shannon. Oh,
Oh
Fiverr.
yeah, yeah,
Not for an
Fiverr.
editor. Not for an editor.
Yeah, it's Fiverr, a bad place. Right? Yeah, I wouldn't personally, but
I'm
that's me.
quite sure that there is going to be somebody on it that's
But the
worth
problem is
salt,
been
but it's just,
saturated with not
yeah,
too
it's going
much.
to be hard to find. But
Um,
that said, though, before we go into the sprint, I am looking for an editor, and I'm just running dry. So if y'all have anybody good that you work with, please let me know. Yeah, I wouldn't use Fiverr for that. Fiverr is better
personally,
for
yeah.
more artsy type stuff.
SD Sub hired betas and developmental editors from Fiverr, but the experience can vary wildly. I
Exactly.
just don't want to take after my experience with not even going through Fiverr, going with a reputable editor who I paid good money for and still did not turn out well. I researched her. Yeah, sometimes that might even happen, even with research. That doesn't mean everything because do research always, but don't be overly disappointed if the person still doesn't do the job that which they were paid to do because of humans. So they could have done a great job with other projects and did not do well with yours. Hopefully that does not happen. But it's good to go through word of mouth of editors that worked with other writers that you know,
Right.
especially since we're in the
Like
self-publishing.
Morgan Lee, my little sister.
Yeah, that helps. Like
That
for her being
that
an
that
editor.
little girl is brilliant.
Yeah, so
I'm
like that
sorry.
type of
I hope
thing.
she isn't watching. She's not a little girl. She's a grown ass woman.
Well, to you, quite a few people
But
gonna be a little girl. I don't know
that
how
young
after
lady,
that you're 27.
right, right, right.
What are you even
That
saying?
young lady is brilliant.
Yeah, so it's good if you can word of mouth. Like I have a editor that I'm gonna be working with because of word of mouth through another writer that I know because
They
of
do.
dealing with and I
Yeah.
have another editor who does my short stories specifically, and I give her that, and she's really quick too. So I have different editors depending on the project.
You're not wrong about that, RC. But
Their
one
editors
thing,
charge an
but
arm, flesh,
but
and
it's
other
one of
labor.
those things where you kind of just got to pay for it.
Yeah, you got to save. I mean, I paid $1,100 for my first edit, and that turned out to be a waste of money. Not completely, because I did learn something from it, but it's still $1,100. So yeah, that can happen. They can be expensive, but people prices are their prices. Is how I look at it. At the end of the day, you don't have to pay those fees, but you do want to do this in professionalism when you release your book because it looks
I
better
love
for
Sarah.
you.
I love Sarah
And
Gann.
it's oh, cool, cool, cool.
I don't know anything about her editor, but I love Sarah Gann.
Yeah.
She's just so, I don't even know what the word is for her, but I love her. All right, guys. What
We're
time
gonna go
is it?
until it's about 8 minutes after 12, so we can go into 30.
Let's go to 35. We need some
That
time.
works.
We talked a very long time.
Yeah. Well, people learn stuff, so it's okay.
Yeah, and so we're gonna go to 35. Get as much in.
As
Let
you
me know
can.
what you're working on and what your goal is for the rest of for this morning afternoon because we go to like 1.
Yep. All
Okay,
right.
everybody,
Let's go.
have at. I'll be right back, guys. I gotta get something to drink. Alrighty. How did you do?
Um. Okay, I suppose. I don't know anymore. I guess I did like. Let me see if I can check the word count for this because I was not using
I
those outlets when I was writing.
what is it called?
About
Pro writing
243 words. Yeah.
243.
Mm.
Pro writing aid had a malfunction.
Did it now?
Yeah, and so I never seen it before. So a big window came up and said, "We're sorry, we're having problems saving the work or whatever. So make sure you back it up." So I said, "Well, I don't care about that," but the problem was it also didn't save anything I had done up to that point.
Did you copy and paste? Did you get
I
to do
mean,
that?
so it I literally had to go back and start over again
Ew.
because it deleted all the stuff that I already changed.
I say.
So yeah, so I got a little bit more to go, then I'll be done with that. I mean, it's not making my work disappear. It's just making the work I just did.
Yeah. I know. I've been there
It,
with the
it,
error.
it just reverted it all back because I'm like, I fixed that. What's going on? And I found out two things. I did
Mm.
not know barbershop was one word. I never noticed that.
Yeah.
And I didn't notice that bartender was one word. I don't know how
Yeah.
I lived my whole life and didn't realize those were one word.
Yeah. Sometimes we just don't words we don't use. We don't know if they.
And when I'm typing it, I went like barber and shop. Obviously, it's not coming up as a mistake because those are two words.
Mm,
But I didn't know they were.
it's one word. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So it caught it. So I fixed it, and then I went back through. That's how I noticed that it didn't save any of my changes because
Yeah.
I know I fixed those two things. And it was something else I found. I was like, "Oh, really? Seriously? Are you sure?" Oh, all my life. And this is why I say thank you for editors because I've been using do wrong. Like I was using DUE when something is due
Yeah.
and
Something
DO wrong when it was like
mixing them up.
I'll make do.
Yeah.
And I was putting DUE,
Yeah.
but it's
Mm,
DO.
yeah. Yeah. Sure.
And I didn't realize that. Like
Yeah. We all had those things to be like,
no ever. I
I
didn't
know. We all had those things though that we thought was the thing or how to use
like
the
what do you
thing and we
mean?
were wrong.
I'll make do like I'll make it work. And I was like, oh, it is a thing. It ain't the same. Yeah, okay.
So funny.
This is why I say, never just assume.
Yeah. Facts.
I mean, nobody would have beat me up for it, but at the
No.
same time, I don't want to be wrong.
DL, he said I didn't get anything wrote. Been cleaning out files on my computer. That's always good to do. I did that a couple weeks ago.
I would be sitting at my computer till this time next year if I even try.
Too funny.
And exactly because usually the mistakes are the ones you go, oh, I knew that. Like I did not know the bartender thing.
Yeah.
But all the other ones, I was like, yeah, I don't know why I made that mistake. I'm just typing. And
I would have said make do. Yeah.
that's what
That's what a lot of people did.
I'm gonna look that up and make sure that they're right. But yeah, it caught it.
DL said for him it's all right and all right.
I was told that the first one isn't a word, and I see it everywhere, so I decided that it is a fucking word. Like really, I mean, at this point, it's part of the vernacular, so we're keeping it.
I say alrighty all the time, but I don't necessarily write it, but I say it. Alrighty.
I don't think I've ever written alrighty.
No, I have never written
Alrighty,
it, but I say it. I mean, I say it, but I never written it. But yeah, everybody has those things that they write and be like, "That's not the one."
It keeps dinging me on dialect because it was like, well, it's okay, just don't overuse it. I said, see, that's because Jean-Luc is talking too much. That's all. He over, and then the little girl, she don't. Her English is totally broken.
Yeah.
So she's like, yes'm. And they're like, excuse me, everybody real quick, not to hurt your feelings or nothing, but this here ain't no word. I'm like, I know it ain't no word, but that's how the little girl talk.
That's how
Yes.
she said.
And then she said, mine's Like mine's ain't a word. And she, my sister threw it away, but it's mine's now. And they're like, you may have misunderstood. I'm like, no, I didn't. Leave me alone.
Or is he talking about so all right? So all right? And Dio was like, I said,
I,
I don't
yes, you
even
already go.
bother putting no part. Don't even gonna bother putting the A and L. All right. All right is like saying okay in response to something, and all right is saying everything is all right.
True. And you know what? And that's how I'm gonna look at it.
These are facts. Sorry. Be fine.
Y'all.
Sorry. Sorry. Sorry.
So I mean, and they all, and that's the thing. When it comes down to AI, they will point it out. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to be mad about it. And you just go, not a mistake. Ignore. Stop
Yeah.
messing up my grammar quotient. Girl, even with the changes I made, it's still telling me that this is like the worst grammar you've ever done in your life. And
Right.
I'm like, yeah, you're right.
That's
Ain't
just
my
send out
fault. It
emails.
ain't
That's
my fault.
important.
It's the old West. And
Right.
then I can't fix the old West.
Sure. Do you want to do 10 and then end because
What time
it's
is it?
about 42.
It is not that I didn't get a word in. All right, so yeah, let's do no, let's do a 15. That way we can just 5 minutes out.
Okay, that's cool.
So that'll at least give me a chance to write a scene.
Well, we got this evening too. You need to rest anyway.
This
So
evening I'm not sure what's happening to me.
this is true. You might not
So
be here.
I don't want to fall too far behind because I'm already 3 scenes behind. Now I'll
Well,
catch
we'll see.
up because these are not crazy, but
Mm,
I don't want to fall too far behind.
yeah, I
So
guess you.
guys, let's go till 5 of
Okay.
and run for like truly sprint.
Yeah, a real swing.
Sprint because and see what kind of words. I challenge everybody to get 200 words.
At least. You
Mm.
can do more than that.
Challenge.
All right, let's go.
All right. Lordy, Lordy, that went way too fast.
Oh, is it that time already?
12:55, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit. I didn't make the challenge. Hold on. Let me see what I got. 129.
Let me check. I'm not sure. I think
And that started right when I said too. Only thing I had to do was pull up a new document because I didn't have the document ready. So I only lost like a minute.
Let me see where I was at. I don't know. Let's see if I made that myself. Let's see.
At least you found it.
All right, though.
750. You know what, Stewie? I forgot how you get with these word challenges.
Oh, you just Stewie, so you know he gonna knock that out the park anyway.
He said, I breathed in and breathed out and got 7,500 words.
Breathing. Actually, I actually managed to do over. I got 274.
274. I just got to the scene in the second act.
Yeah.
That transition from the first act.
Mm.
And I realized I needed a transition before I went into actually what was going on.
Yeah.
So technically, I still haven't even written the beginning of the first scene because I had to marry the other two, marry the 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So those were the 129 words. So to be honest, that leaves me really at 0 because I haven't gotten to she makes him a deputy. Because right now the two guys are sizing each other up.
Yeah. Takes time
As
sometimes.
men do.
As a neutral friend would say, stretch, hydrate, and check your posture.
Facts.
Yeah, true.
We know.
He's a word assassin himself.
We know. Yeah, you know what? We got to get DL in here with
Word
Vampire Assassin.
assassin. Yeah.
We got to see how that goes because Vampire
That's gonna be a
Assassin,
funny battle.
she another one to be like, oh, I got
Going like a
800
bajillion
words
words in no
per
time.
second. 800 words per second. And I know I'm good at word counts.
Yeah.
If I was not writing this, because this is harder for me, but still, I can't
I
touch
guess
that.
I'm okay considering it's not something I usually write that I've started getting into writing, but it's like I'm already at 10,000 words and I'm
If we were at this
I'm
bathtub scene,
uh-huh.
I'd have made that challenge. And then
Oh yeah, no problem. They was having a disagreement. That's why I made that challenge. Like there's
yeah. And I just realized like I couldn't write this scene because I still have them outside walking the stretch. And I was like, wait,
you gotta get back there.
They gotta get all the way to the office
before that happens.
Before she says, okay, look, whatever.
Yeah, it's that in between of getting to the scenes that takes you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's the beauty of this.
Look at him talking about, do I hear another gauntlet challenge coming?
Don't eat. Look, where he said that at?
Right to the bottom. He's the last comment.
Look, hey, I know you got skills, but I don't know. Vampire Assassin.
Don't be saying that to Stewie. He's gonna be like doing like 1,100 words in like 10 minutes.
She usually shows up for the evening ones.
True that.
So I'm just saying we need to start calling her word assassin.
Yeah, RC, you and me both.
What?
He said this short is starting to inch into novella territory, currently at 11K. You already getting in.
That's novella right there.
It's already. It's too late.
I love novellas, so
yeah, me too.
Why are you alarming at 1 o'clock? Why? Nothing is happening at 1 o'clock.
Phone like I just wanted you to remember I'm here. So
are you being serious right now? It really went off. Y'all heard it, so there wasn't my Craig.
No, we heard it.
Oh my God, my tooth hurts so bad right now, y'all.
I know, girl. You need to take something.
So everyone, This is important. We have to have a family powwow this evening. So I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to the stream.
Mm-hmm.
But regardless of whether I make it or not, it's going to be on DL's channel.
Yep.
So put your link in there just for the two people who may not have it.
Okay.
And so people know where it's going to be at tonight at 7 p.m. EST.
Yep.
So wherever you are in the world, 7 p.m. EST.
That's right.
I am going to do my best, excuse me, to be in there. But regardless, it's going to still be on her channel.
Yep.
So to have the same look, the same kind of thumbnail, just her picture, her channel color, channel aesthetics.
Here's the link for everybody to my channel. If you don't already have it, you should. But it'll be there tonight, 7. I'm going to go ahead and make it after we get off of here so that way it'll be listed or whatever.
I'm sorry, I almost put Stewie in timeout.
Stewie, you doing timeout.
I have to make sure I'm on this side.
Yeah, I haven't wrote in like a year, but give me a bit.
I knew. I already heard that. I already heard that was cracking. As soon as I said 200, he went click, 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 click.
Yeah, RC, I know. You'll be working this evening. I'm off today. That's shocking. I don't usually have off weekdays, so I usually only make it to the evening sprints. But
that's all right though, because if you don't make it, RC, do what I'm gonna do and watch.
Yep, and just write with the replay.
We'll always come up with something to talk about anyway.
True.
But get your words in because I got 6 scenes to write by the end of today.
We'll have to work tonight either way, I guess.
Yeah, I don't have a choice.
Yeah,
but I just don't know if I'm gonna make it in the stream while the stream is going.
Yeah.
But I gotta write these 6 scenes, and 2 of them are very steamy sex scenes.
Yeah.
Shit. I might only write 5. Because I don't know if I could do 2 sex scenes a day.
Yeah, I feel that.
Your girl ain't got no boyfriend, so I ain't trying to get all hot and bothered.
You funny.
All right, everybody. I'm pretty sure somebody else is streaming right now, so I don't want to go step into their time. So again, tonight at 7 on DL's channel.
Yep.
Tomorrow is the same time again, 11 a.m., but it's going to be on Dahlia's channel.
Yep.
Dahlia's channel, 11 a.m. to 1. And then my channel, 7 p.m. to whenever. We go from 7 p.m. until we feel like stopping. And then Thursday, again, my channel in the morning, my channel in the evening, same times, 11 and 7. So meet us here because I think next week, I got to look. Next week is the last week that we're doing this. Yep. So come hang out. At least that I'm going to be doing it. I mean, I'm sure everybody else will still be streaming.
Yeah.
But this is the last week. We're just trying to do this for the anthology window so that everybody else can get some more words in.
Yeah.
I think the majority of us are, I'm saying us, the majority of everybody else except me are pretty close to done.
Well, that's good. They probably didn't wait till the end like myself. But, I'm having a problem with word counts, not having a problem with, getting finished. I'll finish, but it's just like you going to have some editing to do, girl.
We got 5,000 to 12,000 window.
Yeah.
So you'll be fine.
I'll have to edit because I'm already at 10,000 and I still have this chapter and 2 more to write. So
yeah. So in case I wasn't clear, because I know I said it all ass backwards and convoluting. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday are the days that we do this. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, 11 a.m. and 7 p.m. On Tuesdays, normally the stuff will be on Dahlia's in the morning and DL's in the evening. We have to switch because tonight I have a powwow. So, so other than that, you'll find us somewhere.
Yeah, we will see you tonight, or some of us will see you tonight, depending. I'll be here.
And again tomorrow.
And tomorrow and Thursday.
Tomorrow morning on Dahlia's. I'll post it on Facebook when her thing comes up. And if she's not doing it, then I'll do it on my channel
This is
because
true.
she's not feeling too great either.
Bye, Nadir. Thanks for writing with us.
Anytime. See you tomorrow if you can make it.
Yeah. Bye.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you later.